Good morning, everyone. I'm going to describe really two things, which is producing graduates, postgraduates, PhDs and masters, and ready for industry. And number two, carrying out or creating an environment where university research is really directed towards producing goods and services that enter the market. That's really what we are describing here. Just very quickly, TWI is a research organization. It's got 700 industrial members. And these are the kind of industrial members that we've got. They pay a fee, annual fee. Small company pays about £2,000, and a large company like BP or Rolls-Royce would pay $100,000. And they're interested in two things. Number one, research that can enter and help them in their industry, and also employing young people. So we are just concentrating on structure integrity. And structure integrity really involves how safety critical infrastructure performs under loads and what kind of flows it has. So we're looking at material properties, stresses, and flows. These are the three things that we look at. So David Willits, who was here yesterday, he went to the USA, and he, in 2012, was talking about a new university which is industry-led. That was his vision. And around about the same time, we had a need for, on behalf of our members, to produce industrially ready PhDs, and also to get research which enters the market quickly. So we had a vision to be a world-renowned center which is industrially driven, and we had a mission to carry out research, to carry out postgraduate courses which are industrially relevant. And also, we contribute to 100 standards, and we want to take that research and put it into standards. So we wanted to differentiate ourselves from a traditional university. A traditional university is all about academic research. I'm trying to be a bit provocative, and I know universities are moving very much towards the applied end and helping industry. But still, there is a lot of universities which are traditional. Their governance is controlled by a senate, whereas our governance here in the National Structure Integrity Research Center is controlled by an industrial panel. A lot of the universities are working TRL 1 to 3 and then taking it to applications. We are really telling academia what research to carry out to help the business of our members. So the idea is that we concentrate a number of universities at Cambridge, where our headquarters are. So the scale of the center is a 10-year program started in 2014 to train 330 PhDs, 200 masters, and 60 research staff. So it's a 10-year, 150 million program. We built a 55 million pound building. Very grateful to Lloyds, BP for putting the research money in. And we started in November 2013. The construction happened in 14, and by 2015, we had a fully functioning building with research equipment, with the infrastructure, and our PhD program started. So basically, the idea is all the topics come from the three main sponsors, which is TWI on behalf of its members, BP, and Lloyds Register Foundation. And we are funding 330 PhDs. So at the moment, we've got a lot of universities who are participating. They are putting their staff and their PhD students and their master's classes in Cambridge, inside TWI. And so we have three levels of participation, really. We have the casual relationship where a university can put 1 or 2 PhDs with us. We have an engagement where you can put some staff, and then we have finally the marriage, and a number of universities have decided to go for the marriage approach, and they have a number of professors, readers, postgraduates at TWI. We also have international participation from a number of universities, and we've only been going a year and a half, 2 years, so that's increasing. So at the moment, we've got 140 topics research approved. We've got 74 PhDs that have started. I think 11 of them are in this room, so thank you for coming down. And the idea is that we really focus on industrial topics. We also have a very good gender distribution. Our aim is to go 50-50, but currently of the 74 PhDs, 32% are female, and we really encourage participation. And you see that we have people from around the world as part of our PhD cohort. So the idea is co-location. Co-location of academic staff, PhD students, master students, inside an industrial environment. So we have TWI, so with these 44, with these academic people inside TWI, we've got 500 TWI staff, industrial staff which are there, and we have 40 staff from a company called Plant Integrity, which manufactures inspection equipment, and the idea is it takes the research forward through that. And on the right, you can see the number of universities that have decided to participate, and it's increasing every few months. So here you see just office space, and the idea is that we mix everybody up. So you have the universities, technology readiness level 1 to 4, sitting right next to TWI people, which are doing the middle technology readiness levels, and then plant integrity people, which are the manufacturing companies. And then we also have our 700 members who visit us regularly. They have staff members located with us. So they're the end users. They're needing the research, but everybody is at the same place. You see just some of the way we organize our laboratories. At the bottom left, you see laboratories which are shared by Brunel universities and other universities, and we share the equipment. And so everybody puts money into building the infrastructure, building the equipment, and all the PhDs, the masters, TWI, and industrial people work together in the same labs. Here you see some of our shared laboratory spaces. There's a lot of governance to be taken care of, a lot of health and safety issues, but it's taken us many years, and we have taken care of those. This is some of the equipment that Brunel University contributed, 15 million pounds worth of equipment that resides in Cambridge. So the idea is when universities come on board, they come with staff, they come with the equipment as well. So basically, the idea is to surround academia from all sides. So make sure that they do deliver on industrially relevant research and the postgraduates that can hit the ground running. That's really important. We have a lot of sports facilities at TWI, and one of the really important things that happens is when there's a match, there's never a match between Cambridge University and TWI or Brunel University against some other university. It's always between technologies. So it'll be the inspection technology versus the welding technology, and the inspection technology would have a number of universities and industries. So everybody's married to their technology and trying to take that technology forward, not to the institution that they belong to. And we work very, very hard to make sure that we break those institutional barriers and really go for the objective, which is, take the technology forward. We have a very large number of marriages on site, which is very nice, and actual marriages. So I know that all of our students were dancing yesterday, so you never know. So before we embarked on this program in 2013, we had carried out another program, which was a precursor, and we qualified 60 PhDs. So we had 100% completion rate, and we had 98% completion rate within the allocated time. So very, very strict on that. It's an industrial environment. You must finish your PhD on time. We monitor you every 3 months. If you don't finish your PhD, you see me every week till you finish your PhD. And that is very painful for the students and very painful for me, but that's what we do. And if you still don't finish your PhD, we allocate a professor just to help you finish it. So that's why we have this good record. We also have journals in high impact, papers in high impact journals. And again, PhDs are 100% sponsored by industry, and you can see that 80% of our PhDs end up in industry, 20% end up in academia, all of them, 100%, do the jobs that they did their PhDs in. So they take that technology forward. And 0% end up in finance or accountancy or anything like that. So very, very pleasing for us, really. All our PhDs, we just started, so we qualified 22 PhDs, and they've ended up mostly in industry, and some have joined the PhD program, and none have ended up in the finance sector. So that's another great thing for us. So another thing that's really, really important is every PhD's research must end up in industry. That's the theme. And here's an example. I took 20 PhDs and I just took one example. And the example is an instrumentation that we use. It's a low-frequency ultrasonic device that inspects buried pipelines. And we've had 20 PhDs that have worked on this over the last few years, last 10 years, and 300 systems have been sold. So what you see is some of our PhDs getting real industrial experience. They are on offshore platforms. They do go to Alaska to work on pipelines, and that's really important for us. We really want them to come out and really know what an industrial environment is like. And it's very pleasing because when these PhD students, they see their research actually selling in the market, it gives them great confidence. So just on this example, we had 5 PhDs that really contributed to the flow detector here, and some contributed to the sensors, and a number. One of the greatest things is you can actually get a lot of validation data on any technology that you're working on. So really, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
We have plenty of time for questions. Down here?
Actually, I belong to the community of foreign country like South Korea. So one of the current push by governments is that how we can collaborate in between academia and industry. So I think it's a very good role model that we can think about it. So as a professor in university, I always have some requests by industry. But we have 2 different ways to approach for the education. The first one is normally universities has been in from bottom to top. It means we need a fundamental dynamics and fluid mechanics, structural mechanics, and then it goes to more advanced technology development. But in industry, normally comes from top to bottom. So they have a specific request for projects, something like that. So all the times, sometimes we can combine and a common interest, but in many cases, sometimes there are some conflicts because we have to keep the quality and also we have to keep the application too as engineers. So my understanding in your program is actually it's very good role model, but also we have to consider the quality of the students. Sometimes we need again is some fundamentals, mathematics and physics, something like that. So I just wonder how you can combine this kind of 2 needs.
Okay, one of the things we are very conscious of is a university is lending us its name, and we must produce high quality output. So we have a quality control person that we pay for that makes sure that the number of papers in high quality journals and all of those things are actually taken care of. Because the first time the people don't produce the papers or we don't qualify PhDs, we will actually damage our reputation. And people trust us, so these universities are participating, are putting their students and staff in our premises. So that's a very, very top deliverable for us.
Here?
We have TWI supervisors who are helping through all the research. We have the supervisors in academia, and also we have LRF mentors, so we are really well guided in that sense. So I think the quality of our work can be really good respect because we have academia, industrial, and also LRF mentors who are helping to have a really good quality work. So.
Thank you, thank you. You are surrounded by all sides, yes.
I think right here.
So I had just one question. It's a fantastic talk, and it's really, really great to see that you have these capabilities. But I presume the capabilities are there available for the people who are located there. What are the plans, for sharing equipment and capabilities with other PhD students or other staff that are not necessarily located there?
Okay, I think there are ways to come and work in our laboratories. And I think we can be open to, there's no problem with that. But what we're essentially trying to create is that hub where the student experience is entirely in an industrial environment. But that can happen too.